The massive starship USS Hyperion gleamed in Earth's orbital shipyard, its metallic hull catching the soft starlight. Captain Hyun Ji-hyuk walked through the quiet corridors, his boots making soft sounds against the smooth floor. This ship was more than just metal and technology, it was humanity's greatest hope. Yoon Sora, the ship's chief engineer, watched her computer screens carefully. Her hands moved quickly over the control panels, checking every single system. Years of work had gone into creating this incredible vessel. She knew this was not just another spaceship, this was something special. The bridge was calm but full of energy. Screens showed complex information about the ship's systems. Through the large windows, Earth looked like a beautiful blue and green ball floating in the dark space. Everything was ready for the most important mission in human space exploration history. All systems are perfect, Sora said quietly. Captain Ji-hyuk looked at her and smiled. He understood what this moment meant. Humans had always been considered weak in the galactic community. But today, everything would change. Kim Dae-sung, the weapons expert, checked the ship's defense systems. The Hyperion was not like other spaceships. Its technology could do things no other ship could do. It could change energy attacks into harmless light. It could predict and stop enemy attacks before they even happened. The ship's engines started to warm up. A deep sound filled the ship, like a powerful animal waking up. Blue energy began to pulse through the ship's systems. The crew watched carefully, knowing this was a historic moment. "Launch sequence is ready," Park Yun-bai, the navigation specialist, announced. The Hyperion moved smoothly away from the orbital station. Its movement was different from other ships, it looked almost alive, like it was thinking and moving by itself. The Earth became smaller and smaller in the windows. Captain Ji-hyuk felt proud. Humans had worked hard to build this ship. Thousands of scientists, engineers, and military experts had spent years designing every part of the Hyperion. This was not just a ship, it was a message to the entire galaxy. Sora watched the quantum drive systems. These systems could fold space itself, allowing the ship to travel incredibly fast. No alien civilization had ever created something like this before. It was pure human imagination and skill. "We are preparing for the first quantum jump," Yun-bai said. Everyone on the bridge became very quiet. Quantum jumps were dangerous. No one knew exactly what would happen. Would the ship survive? Would they end up in the right place? A soft blue light started to cover the ship. Space around them began to bend and twist. For a few seconds, everything became silent and strange. The crew felt like they were everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Then, suddenly, they were in a completely different part of space. "Jump successful," Sora said, her voice showing a little excitement. Captain Ji-hyuk allowed himself a small smile. The first test was complete. The galaxy would soon learn that humans were not weak anymore. They were strong, smart, and ready to show everyone what they could do. The crew knew this was just the beginning. The Hyperion would change everything: how people thought about space travel, how different species saw humans, and what was possible in the universe. As the ship continued its journey, it moved silently through the dark space. No one on board knew exactly what adventures were waiting for them. But they were ready. Humans had always been explorers, always pushed boundaries, and always found ways to survive. The USS Hyperion was more than a ship. It was a promise that humans would not be stopped, would not be ignored, and would continue to reach for the stars. The vast darkness of space suddenly erupted with unexpected tension. The USS Hyperion sailed through an uncharted star system, its quantum sensors scanning the surrounding space. Captain Hyun Ji-hyuk sat in his command chair, watching the holographic displays with calm concentration. Suddenly, a cluster of alien warships appeared on the long-range scanners. They were aggressive, moving in a tight formation that suggested immediate combat readiness. Kim Dae-sung, the tactical officer, zoomed in on the approaching vessels. "Multiple unknown contacts," he reported. "Looks like a raider group from the Outer Rim territories." The alien ships were unlike anything humans had seen before. Sleek and sharp, they looked like metal predators waiting to strike. Their weapon signatures suggested they were prepared for total destruction. Yoon Sora watched her engineering panels closely. The quantum adaptive systems were already analyzing the incoming threat. Her fingers moved quickly, preparing defensive protocols that no other ship in the galaxy possessed. "They're charging weapons," Park Yunbai announced, her voice steady but tense. The alien ships began their attack. Energy weapons fired, creating bright streaks of destructive power that would have obliterated any standard human vessel. But the Hyperion was anything but standard. As the first energy bolts approached, something remarkable happened. The ship's quantum shields didn't just block the attacks, they transformed them. The incoming weapon energy was instantly analyzed, broken down, and redirected. The dangerous attack turned into harmless light that danced around the Hyperion like beautiful, colorful ribbons. Captain Ji-hyuk watched in calm silence. This was the moment they had prepared for, a true test of human technological innovation. The alien raiders seemed confused. Their most powerful weapons had been completely neutralized without the Hyperion firing a single shot. It was a demonstration of defensive technology so advanced that it seemed like magic. Kim Dae-sun's tactical display showed the complete breakdown of the attack. Each weapon blast was not just stopped but completely transformed. The ship's quantum systems had turned aggressive energy into something beautiful and harmless. "Weapon systems are fully operational," Dae-sun reported. But no counterattack necessary. The alien ships began to scatter. Their formation broke apart as confusion and fear took over. They had never encountered a ship that could so casually turn their most powerful attacks into nothing. Yoon Sora couldn't help but smile. Years of research, countless mathematical calculations, and human determination had created this moment. The Hyperion wasn't just a weapon, it was a statement about human potential. Captain Ji-hyuk leaned forward. "Send a standard communication packet," he ordered. "No threats. Just a simple message of peaceful intention." A basic communication signal went out, a universal greeting that translated into multiple alien languages. It was simple, direct, and carried no aggression. The alien ships continued to retreat. They had expected a battle, expected to overwhelm a human vessel. Instead, they found themselves completely outmatched by technology they couldn't understand. As the last alien ship disappeared from scanner range, the bridge crew remained focused. This was more than just a victory. It was a demonstration of what humans could achieve when they combined intelligence, innovation, and a commitment to peaceful resolution. "Quantum systems performing at 99.8% efficiency," Sora reported. Captain Ji-hyuk nodded. Their first encounter had been a success. They had shown that human technology was not about destruction, but about intelligent problem-solving. The Hyperion continued its journey, moving smoothly through space. The incident would soon become a story shared across multiple alien communication networks, a tale of a human ship that could turn weapons into light, that could defend without attacking. Humanity had just changed the rules of space warfare, and they had done it without firing a single aggressive shot. The universe would never be the same again. The Galactic Council chamber buzzed with tension. Representatives from hundreds of alien civilizations sat in a massive circular room, holographic displays showing the recent encounter with the USS Hyperion. Something had changed in the balance of galactic power. The Andromeda Confederation representative stood first. His blue-skinned form trembled with anger. "Humans have created a technology that threatens everything we know," he declared. His translator device made his words echo through the chamber. Various delegates began speaking at once. Some showed fear, others showed curiosity, but most showed deep concern. The human ship had demonstrated capabilities far beyond any known technological standard in the galaxy. Captain Hyun Ji-hyuk's tactical report played on the central screen. It showed how the Hyperion had completely neutralized an alien raider attack without causing any actual damage. This was not just impressive, it was terrifying to many alien civilizations. "We cannot allow humans to continue developing such technology," said a reptilian representative from the Xerox Planetary Alliance. Her long fingers pointed aggressively at the holographic display. The council members represented civilizations thousands of years older than human civilization. They had watched humanity grow from a primitive species to a potential galactic power in just a few generations. The Hyperion represented their deepest fear, a rapidly advancing civilization that could quickly become uncontrollable. Behind the official discussions, secret communications were already happening. Some civilizations began planning economic sanctions. Others discussed potential military interventions. The human technological leap had created a massive diplomatic crisis. Yun Sara, monitoring the communications from the Hyperion, understood the political storm brewing. Their ship was not just a technological marvel, it had become a diplomatic nightmare. The Galactic Council spent hours discussing potential strategies. They could not directly attack the humans, international laws prevented unprovoked military action. But they could create economic and technological barriers that would slow human progress. A complete technological embargo, suggested the Sirius Confederation representative. We will restrict all advanced technology transfers to Earth. They will be isolated from galactic trade and communication networks. Kim Dae-sung, listening to the encrypted transmissions, realized the serious implications. The humans were about to be cut off from the entire galactic community, all because of their revolutionary ship's capabilities. The final vote was nearly unanimous. Only 3 smaller civilizations abstained. The Hyperion and its technological blueprint would be declared prohibited. No alien civilization would be permitted to share or develop similar quantum adaptive technologies. Earth would receive an official communication declaring their technological developments as a potential threat to galactic stability. Trade routes would be closed. Communication channels would be restricted. Essentially, humans would be placed in a technological quarantine. Captain Ji-hyuk understood the political game. This was not about safety, this was about maintaining the existing power structures. The older civilizations feared what humans could become if left unchecked. Park Yun-bai prepared the ship's defensive protocols. They knew retaliatory actions might come. The Hyperion needed to be ready for anything. As the Galactic Council's decision was being finalized, something unexpected happened. Several smaller civilizations began secretly sending messages of support to the humans. They saw the Hyperion not as a threat, but as a symbol of technological hope. The universe was watching. Humanity had just challenged the established galactic order, and the response would change everything. The Hyperion continued its journey, unaware of the massive political storm it had created. One ship. One moment. Countless consequences. Humanity's greatest adventure was just beginning. The USS Hyperion moved silently through a distant star system, its quantum engines humming with barely contained energy. Captain Hyun Ji-hyuk knew they were now outlaws, banned by the Galactic Council but not defeated. Park Yun-bai's navigation systems detected a distress signal from a small mining colony. A group of pirates was attacking vulnerable settlers on a remote mineral-rich planet. Without hesitation, Captain Ji-hyuk made his decision. "We're going in," he commanded. The ship approached the planetary system. Scanners showed 3 massive pirate vessels surrounding a small mining settlement. Hundreds of colonists were trapped, their defenses overwhelmed. Kim Dae-sung prepared the ship's defensive systems. Unlike typical military vessels, the Hyperion's technology was designed to protect, not destroy. As they entered the combat zone, something remarkable happened. Quantum adaptive shields expanded around the mining colony. The pirate ship's weapon systems suddenly found themselves neutralized. Energy attacks transformed into harmless light displays that danced around the settlement like beautiful auroras. Yun Sara monitored the quantum systems. "Defensive perimeter at maximum efficiency," she reported. The pirate vessels became confused. Their most powerful weapons did nothing. The Hyperion didn't fire a single aggressive shot, it simply made their attacks impossible. One by one, the pirate ships retreated. They had expected an easy target but found an impenetrable defense they couldn't understand. The mining colony remained completely unharmed. Transmissions began spreading across communication networks. Stories of the human ship that could protect without destroying started circulating. Some alien civilizations began seeing humans differently. Captain Ji-hyuk understood the strategic importance of their actions. They weren't just resisting the Galactic Council's embargo, they were showing that human technology could be a force for protection and peace. More distress signals came. The Hyperion responded to each one. A refugee transport under attack. A scientific research station threatened by raiders. Each time, they used their quantum adaptive systems to neutralize threats without causing destruction. Smaller alien civilizations started sending secret messages of support. They saw the humans not as a threat, but as potential allies who could change the existing power structures. The Galactic Council's embargo began to show cracks. Economic restrictions couldn't stop the stories spreading about the human ship that could defend the defenseless. "We're not just a warship," Captain Ji-hyuk told his crew. "We're a symbol of what humanity can be." Their journey continued. Each mission demonstrated that technological superiority didn't mean destruction, it could mean protection, understanding, and hope. The universe was watching. And the Hyperion was writing a new chapter in galactic history. Humanity's resistance had begun not with weapons, but with compassion and incredible technology. The small blue planet called Earth had just changed everything. The final confrontation came unexpectedly. A massive combined fleet from multiple alien civilizations surrounded the USS Hyperion, determined to neutralize the human technological threat once and for all. Captain Hyun Ji-hyuk stood calm on the bridge. Thousands of alien warships created a ring of metal and energy around them, their weapons charged and ready to destroy the single human vessel. "Tactical assessment," he said quietly. Kim Dae-sun's screens showed impossible odds. Over 3,742 alien warships from different civilizations had united in this moment. Each ship carried enough firepower to destroy entire planetary systems. Yoon Sora's quantum systems began analyzing the incoming threat. Her fingers moved rapidly across complex interfaces, preparing the ship's adaptive defensive protocols. The alien fleet opened fire simultaneously. Thousands of energy weapons created a wall of destructive power that could vaporize entire planets. But the Hyperion was not an ordinary ship. Its quantum adaptive shields did something unprecedented. Instead of simply blocking attacks, the ship began transforming the incoming weapon energies. Massive destructive forces turned into harmless light displays that danced around the vessel like beautiful, colorful ribbons. The alien fleet became confused. Their most powerful weapons were being converted into something beautiful and non-threatening. No ship in galactic history had ever demonstrated such technology. Park Yun-bai's navigation systems showed multiple attack vectors. But instead of counterattacking, the Hyperion began broadcasting peaceful communication signals. Universal messages of cooperation and understanding spread across the alien communication networks. "We are not a threat," the messages explained. "We are here to protect and collaborate." Hour after hour, the Hyperion remained untouched. The alien fleet's aggressive formation began to break. Some ships started withdrawing. Others began sending communication requests. Captain Ji-hyuk understood this was more than a military confrontation. This was a demonstration of technological philosophy. Humans had created a system that could defend without destroying, protect without attacking. The Galactic Council representatives watched in shock. Their attempts to isolate humanity had failed. The Hyperion had shown that technological superiority didn't mean aggression, it could mean protection and understanding. Slowly, the alien fleet disappeared. Not defeated, but transformed. Weeks later, the Galactic Council reconvened. The human embargo was lifted. Earth was reinstated with full galactic rights. More importantly, humans were now seen as potential partners in technological and diplomatic advancement. "Humanity has changed the rules," the Andromeda Confederation representative admitted. "They have shown us a new path." The USS Hyperion continued its journey. A single ship that had rewritten galactic understanding. Not through destruction, but through an incredible demonstration of protective technology. humanity had arrived. And the universe would never be the same again.